What if the difference between who you are today and who you want to become is not a massive overhaul, but 5 simple habits? Habits so small they seem almost invisible. What if 1 week from now, you could look in the mirror and see not just a face, but a mindset that is sharper, calmer, and radically more in control? This is not fiction. It is neuroscience, it is real, and it begins today. Imagine waking up not with dread, but with purpose. Imagine feeling mental clarity instead of chaos, physical energy instead of exhaustion, peace instead of pressure. You are about to discover 5 transformative habits. These are not motivational fluff. These are brain-based protocols. And they changed everything for me and for thousands of others. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a renowned neuroscientist and professor at Stanford, has spent decades decoding the brain. And what he discovered shocked even him. It is not the big things that rewire the mind. It is the small, strategic ones. These 5 habits align with your neurobiology. They work with your brain's natural cycles, not against them. That is why the change is not only fast, it is permanent. Each habit you are about to learn targets a core part of your nervous system. From regulating your circadian rhythm to calming your stress response to unlocking executive function, these 5 habits hit all the right neural notes. If you commit for just 1 week, you will not need motivation to keep going. Your brain will crave the new normal. Stay with me until the end, because what begins as a habit will soon become your identity. And identity is where transformation lives. The brain is a habit-forming machine. It does not care whether those habits help you or hurt you. It just wants patterns. Every time you repeat a behavior, neurons fire together. They wire together. And eventually they automate. This is why change feels so hard. Because you are not fighting your willpower, you are fighting your wiring. But here is the truth that neuroscience now confirms: the brain is not fixed. It is plastic. It can change. Not only over years, but over days. 7 days is enough to begin rewiring emotional responses, focus patterns, and even your sleep-wake cycles. All it takes is consistency and strategy. Andrew Huberman teaches that if you want to change your brain, you must work with its rhythms. You must respect its biology. These 5 habits were tested in real time. They were chosen because they align with your natural neurology. And once in place, they do not just improve your week, they lay the groundwork for an entirely new life. These habits are deceptively simple. They require no money. No apps, no hacks, just your attention, your intention, and a decision to stop drifting and start designing. Because the way you live your days is the way you live your life. And this is your invitation to take control. So here they are, 5 habits that rewired my brain in 1 week, 5 habits that will rewire yours too. Your brain has a clock. It is called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and it sits inside your hypothalamus. This clock governs your sleep-wake cycles, your hormone release, your metabolism, and even your emotional stability. And the most powerful way to reset and strengthen that clock is simple: wake up at the same time every day. Consistency in wake time is more powerful than consistency in bedtime. That is because your brain and body use light and activity to determine when to activate your cortisol and melatonin systems. When you wake at different times, you confuse these systems. You become groggy, unfocused, and irritable. But when you anchor your wake time, everything else falls into place. Within 3 days of waking at the same time, you will begin to feel the shift. Your energy becomes more stable, your mood more resilient, your thinking more clear. This is not willpower. This is biology. Your brain loves rhythm. When it finds rhythm, it rewards you with clarity. Dr. Huberman emphasizes that your circadian rhythm is the foundation of your mental health and cognitive function. If you change nothing else, change this. Choose a time, set it in stone, make it sacred, then guard it with your life. Because waking up at the same time is not about discipline. It is about alignment, and when you are aligned, everything becomes easier. The moment you wake up, your brain is coming out of a fasting state. Your blood pressure is low, your circulation is slow, and your alertness is incomplete. The fastest way to shift into a high-performance state is to hydrate and move. These are not optional steps, they are biochemical necessities. Hydration first. Your body loses over a pound of water overnight through respiration and sweat. This loss affects your cerebrospinal fluid, the liquid that cushions your brain and spinal cord. Without immediate hydration, your neurons fire more slowly. Your cognition drags. Your memory stalls. Now add movement. You do not need to sprint. You do not need to hit the gym. You just need motion. 10 minutes of walking, a few rounds of jumping jacks, light stretching. Movement increases blood flow to the brain. It activates your vestibular system, which is responsible for balance, coordination, and focus. Dr. Huberman explains that early morning movement also resets your internal clock. It increases dopamine and norepinephrine, neurochemicals that enhance motivation and attention. The effect is immediate and it compounds over time. So the rule is this: within 10 minutes of waking, drink water, and move your body. This is your signal to the brain that the day has begun. It is the ignition key. Without it, your mental engine stays cold. Multitasking is a myth. The brain can only focus on one cognitively demanding task at a time. When you switch between tasks, you activate what scientists call attention residue, a lingering distraction that reduces your effectiveness. That is why choosing one priority each day is not lazy. It is neuroscience. When you say, "Today my focus is this," you engage your prefrontal cortex. You reduce anxiety by narrowing your decision tree. You increase performance by directing all available resources toward a single goal. This is called selective attention, and it is the foundation of productivity. The key is to make the decision the night before. Decide what matters most. Write it down. Set your environment up for success. Then, when you wake, there is no question, no battle, no drain on your willpower. You begin with clarity. Dr. Huberman often teaches about the brain's ultradian cycles, 90-minute windows where your focus and energy peak. Use that cycle to attack your primary task. Eliminate distractions, turn off notifications, go deep, then rest, repeat if needed, but let one thing be your focus. Do this for 7 days. You will be shocked by how much clarity returns to your life, because the brain was not built for busy. It was built for depth. Journaling is not just for artists or poets. It is a neuroscience tool. Writing by hand activates the brain's reticular activating system. It filters what matters. It clarifies emotion. It slows your thoughts down so you can examine them. And in just 10 minutes a day, it can shift your entire mindset. Start simple. 3 questions. What am I grateful for? What am I focused on? What do I need to release? These questions engage different regions of your brain. Gratitude activates the anterior cingulate cortex. Focus lights up the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, and release calms the amygdala. Journaling also enhances metacognition, the ability to think about your thinking. This helps you notice patterns, triggers, mental traps. Once seen, they can be dismantled. Once dismantled, they lose their power. Dr. Huberman points out that the act of writing is more effective than typing. Handwriting requires more neural engagement. It increases memory retention and emotional processing. So do not skip this. Your brain needs a mirror, and journaling is that mirror. 10 minutes? That is all it takes. Do it in the morning or before bed. But do it, because clarity is not found, it is created. Every yes costs you something. Time, energy, focus. That means every no protects something, your boundaries, your values, your sanity. But saying no is hard because your brain fears rejection. It wants to belong. That is normal. But if you do not learn to say no, you will burn out. Dr. Huberman teaches that stress is not just about what happens to you. It is about what you tolerate. When you say yes out of guilt or fear, you increase your cortisol. You damage your immune system. You weaken your sense of self. Saying no is a skill, and like all skills, it improves with practice. Start small. Say no to the non-urgent. Say no to digital distractions. Say no to toxic patterns. The brain begins to rewire. You begin to feel stronger, more confident, more in control. When you say no with clarity, others may push back. That is okay. You are not here to please everyone. You are here to protect your purpose, to preserve your mental space, to live with integrity. Write this down. No is not rejection. It is protection. Say it aloud. Say it often, because your best life depends on your ability to say no without apology. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are simply untrained in the habits that activate your power. And the good news is your brain is waiting. It is listening. It is ready to change. All it needs is a reason. And you just found 5. These 5 habits are not magic. They are not overnight miracles. They are biological truths. They align with the way your nervous system operates. They require no talent, no perfection, just repetition, just belief, just 1 week of your life. Imagine who you could become if you honored these 5 habits. A person with clarity, not confusion, with energy, not fatigue, with direction, not distraction. That version of you is not far away. It is 1 week away, 1 decision away. You do not need to do more. You need to do less, but better. Choose 1 habit today, then another tomorrow. Layer them, let them build, and soon your baseline will be unrecognizable. The brain loves progress, and every time you act, it rewards you. That is the power of momentum. That is the beginning of a new identity. If this message spoke to you, take action now. Pick one of the 5 habits, commit to it for 7 days. Share your progress, because when you change, you give others permission to change as well. Subscribe for more neuroscience-based tools to elevate your mind and your life. Turn on notifications, because every week, we bring you proven strategies backed by science and built for growth. Comment below, which habit are you starting today? What difference do you want to see in 1 week? This is your community. This is your reset. This is your moment. Do not wait for permission. Your brain is ready. Your life is waiting. Let the transformation begin. Your week starts now.